The Diary of a Wimpy Kid universe is meant to be a fictional one, but there are actually many brand names that appear throughout the series. The very first one is on page 12, where Greg says that his dad was yelling at him for eating Cheerios at 3 in the morning. And if you look closely at the box art, it kind of looks like a box of Cheerios, and it even has Cheerios in script and a bowl. The next product placement can be found on page 23, where Greg mentions that Manny eats cornflakes for breakfast. Most of these product placements occur in the very first Diary of a Wimpy Kid book, and another one can be found on page 29, where Mr. Underwood is giving Fregley juice from a high C bottle. Obviously, this is a misinterpretation of what Fregley is really saying. And on page 75, we have our first reference to candy, as Greg says that he would rather mooch some Butterfingers. And lest I forget about Formula 1 Racing, the video game, Greg getting a Barbie doll for Christmas when he was a kid, specifically a Beach Fun Barbie. Our next product placement doesn't come until Diary of a Wimpy Kid: The Last Straw. Aside from the Boy Scouts, and mention of the Boston Red Sox, the baseball team, there are two brand placements, such as the Wonder Woman Underoos. The second is Greg's Speedo. Now, I would have counted America's Funniest Families, but that is just a different name for America's Funniest Home Videos, which was a TV show that aired funny family videos. Diary of a Wimpy Kid: Cabin Fever features Greg and Rowley trying to recreate Pac-Man. Furthermore, in Diary of a Wimpy Kid: The Third Wheel, Greg says that he wouldn't ask his mother for a ride to the Valentine's dance because the minivan is filled with crusted old Cheerios. In addition, for the potential to be embarrassed in front of his date. Diary of a Wimpy Kid: Hard Luck mentions Shrinky Dinks. For those of you who don't know, Shrinky Dinks is a art activity kit where you basically cut out polystyrene with household scissors. There is also the infamous Magic 8-Ball. Diary of a Wimpy Kid: Long Haul features Flat Stanley, a character from another book series. And towards the end of the book, on page 199, Manny ate Greg's Oreos. In Diary of a Wimpy Kid: The Getaway, Greg plays Asteroids, which is an arcade game. Diary of a Wimpy Kid: Old School mentions that Greg is eating Doritos out of a hiking boot. And like Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts exist in this universe. We've got a bunch of classics in Diary of a Wimpy Kid: Dog Days, such as Little Women, great book by the way, The Yearling, which I haven't read, Old Yeller, which I have read and has a pretty sad ending, and Anne of Green Gables, also an awesome book. We also have Charlotte's Web, which is kind of a kid's book. And no, Greg, the girl and the pig survive by the end of the book. Last but not least, we've got the ultimate source of fake news, the New York Times. That was a joke. Full disclosure.